Welcome to Subramani. This video is very different from the other videos that I make, in the sense that I'm going to talk about how information is being consumed today than it was earlier, and what is the connection it has with investing, more especially with value investing. Many value investors have struggled, including Seth Klarman, who said the market has suspended its evaluation abilities or something like that. Let me give you the exact quote. He said, market's usual role in price discovery has effectively been suspended. This comes from anger, frustration and all that, and you're wondering what's really happening. In the meanwhile, a lot of people with very little experience are trading and making money. So today, if you go to Google and search which are the best shares to buy in India, it will show up maybe Asian Paints and Pidilite and HDFC Bank and things like maybe Nestle, and people think you can't go wrong with them. I'm not even getting into right wrong. I don't want to fall foul of SEBI, but the market is full of such data, videos, whatever you want to call it, giving you financial advice. Now let's go back to the 15th century. I think it was in 1440 that printing was discovered. I mean, printing reduced the cost of books from something like in today's prices, something like $20,000 to $50, right? That's the kind of fall, which means suddenly books could be read by anybody. And typically what happens is, suddenly you have everybody reading books and everybody believing everything that they read, because the prices have come down, more and more books are getting published, people read it and information spreads. Now imagine going before the printing, some news happened in the village, it stayed in the village and it died in the village, right? Here it was being printed and everybody knew what was happening. This led to wars and killings and what have you, right? So there was information spread, data spread, maybe the unnecessary exaggeration, all that was happening. It's not very difficult for you to understand where I'm driving at, right? When printing was discovered, say 1440, one third of Europe was wiped out because of wars and tortures and things like that. People spread whatever rumors, and of course most of it was religious text. It was divisive and it kept pushing people and leading to lot of deaths and murders and things like that, exaggeration, all that was happening. Up to then, people were living in villages and they did not know what was happening outside their own village. So this data spread, information spread, etc. Now take the case of what is happening in today's data revolution. I wouldn't call it information revolution. It is just data given to you and you have no clue how to react to it. So many people who do not know what really happened know only the headline. For example, I know there was something called a hijab controversy. I have no clue what it is, but I have read the headline and I think something terrible had happened or horrible has happened. Honestly, in my life, it does not make any difference whether in Karnataka somebody wears a hijab or does not wear a hijab. But that news came to me because while you're browsing, you keep clicking and you say, oh, this is this controversy. Beyond that, nothing registered. Take the recent one. The Mughal history has been removed from textbooks in UP. Right? I do not know anything much beyond that. So that day I was reading and I realized that a couple of chapters on something has been removed. It is not something which is going to impact me at all. It is not something on which I need to react at all, right? So I have to just let it go by. It is unnecessarily clouding my mind, and now shift this to the data and information on corporates. A small fall in the price because the results were not good gets translated to 3% fall in share price due to terrible results or bad results or things like that. We estimated that the earnings would be 8 rupees 30 paise. It is only 8 rupees 01 paise. It is underperformed the Bloomberg estimate, right, or something like that, and the market falls by 10%. and the share price, which was at 130, comes down to 108, 109 or something like that, and then after a few minutes, after a few days, you find that it is back at 130 or 128 or things like that, giving tremendous opportunity even for people like me to trade rather than just be an investor. I don't want to name a share, but a particular share which I had sold at 133 came down to 106 when it had reasonable results. It was not bad results. So at 106 I bought it back, and maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks later I could again sell it at 128 and buy it at 100. I'm sure I'll be able to buy it at 105, 106 when the results come. Right. So what happens is every share is fluctuating far too much, simply because people are reacting to headlines, because people don't know anything beyond that. So they say, oh, this cement company is doing badly, let us sell it. So not sell just that, let's sell everything else. Oh my God, cement has gone out of fashion. People are not going to build houses, but people are going to paint them, right? So sell XYZ cement and buy ABC paints, right? So I don't understand how people react to it. And then I realize that people don't read, people just flip. People look at headlines, so people have no clue whether some chapters have been removed from Mughal history, something has been removed. They just know the headline and they, oh, it must be Modi, it must be Yogi government, so they must have removed something with reference to Islam. So something like that. We don't form, we don't know what is happening, and we are very quick to form opinions. I personally gone through this, saying I used to write articles which were 1600 words. Today editor says, Subra, people don't read beyond 2 tweets. 2 tweets means 500 words, not even 540. So when I am asked for 500 words, I am told very clearly that 490 is okay, 515 is not okay, right? So that tight people want short articles, but even that I doubt whether people read it. So when I make a video which is long, I do not know whether people watch it, right? This is too dull and boring. People would rather have something like saying, buy this share today and your money will double, or somebody comes and comments saying, oh, you should do things which are more practical, like asset allocation. Chief, go and see all my videos. I have done more than 20 videos on asset allocation alone. Yes, I have not made it into a playlist. Itna to kar lo, right? So data is being given to you in a form which you want, and that same it's fed more and more. Like if you go to YouTube and watch something, continuously you will be given material which to me may sound like propaganda material. If I am looking for something on Hindutva, or if I am looking for something on Savarkar, I will constantly be fed that. I have no clue what is the other side of the issue, right? Now take even politics. See, some older politicians struggle with the medium called Twitter. They have to constantly tweet, so they tweet some nonsense. So I am not naming any particular politician to say, oh, this is pro Modi or anti Modi or stuff like that, but older politicians who used to write articles once in a while are trying to tweet 5 times, 10 times, 20 times a day, because now they are party spokesperson. And you can't find enough good material to tweet every hour. I mean, ask me. So you will end up tweeting something completely unconnected with politics, or decide to blame Modi for the death of a cheetah in Coon or something like that. What is the connection, right? So you keep feeding anger, you keep getting more angry yourself and consuming all that anger, and how will you work as an investor? Because as an investor, it is important that you should sit, read, think, right? So if I read an article of 500 words or 1000 words about a company in which I want to invest, I need the whole day to assimilate it. It is not just getting more and more data and reports on that company, and I'm all this is thrown at me, because in ICICI Direct, Kotak Securities, India Infoline, they'll all send me reports on one particular company, and it will be more or less the same thing. So other than the data, I don't take the views of the analyst, because it's just not worth it, because the analyst is thinking in terms of 1 quarter what is going to happen in the company, and I'm thinking 30 years, or which is 120 quarters. There is absolutely no connection. But the amount of data which will keep coming to me is quite mind-boggling. My friend who's a practicing doctor finds a lot of people coming to him for insomnia, which is he says it's a big jump, and he realizes that people are sitting in bed when they are not feeling sleepy, they are picking up the phone and watching YouTube shorts or something like that, right? So continuously you're being fed things which you don't even know that you're subconsciously being fed the same thing. Try watching something. Try watching the best hotels in Switzerland or big homes, and continuously that kind of thing will be fed to you. Now if you watch some nonsense, good chance that's the same nonsense will be kept, they'll keep on giving it to you, and suddenly after some time you realize that you've spent 1 hour in shorts, and that is leading to more insomnia. If you're not feeling sleepy, just close your eyes and lie there. Now why I'm saying all this is because amidst all this you have to get data, you have to analyze, you have to invest, and that's not very easy. But it is very easy to react very quickly. So if I realize today that if I have say 30,000 shares of a company, I earn more by trading 3,000 shares 4-5 times a year, and I get a chance to do that. Whichever company you take, I get a chance to make 20-30 rupees in it. It's assuming it's a 100 rupee share, which is much greater than the dividend that I would ever get. So my trading profits in every company today is maybe 3x the dividends that I get. So my dividend yield portfolio, which says gets a 3% dividend, but my trading in the same shares get me 10-11%, which is not bad. But I think it's a very wrong way to build a portfolio. For somebody who has built a portfolio, trading with that is easy. But so today, what happens to value investing? What happens to any other form of investing? I do not know, because just too much data is being thrown to us, and we have no clue how to handle it. Especially older people, when we have so much data, we are overwhelmed. So you are watching you're watching a video on some share. You're also watching a movie. Sorry, you're on Netflix, you're on Prime or something like that, and then after some time you realize that the confusion between what you were watching as a reality versus a movie, it's all got mixed, and based on that, after that your brain has to take a decision, which becomes more difficult. And as a value investor, you need patience. So all that is taken away by today's media and our inability to react to it.